Hello, hello, hello. Well, I was about to say we are live, but I am live. So Mark is going to be doing some prep work. So he won't be joining me, but he will be bringing me a bacon and toasted sausage sandwich. So you will get to see him because he'll bring that along. He was saying to me, "Are you hungry?" And I said, "You know what? I am a little bit." And I didn't fancy getting Starbucks today, so we're not getting Starbucks today. So yeah, so it's just me on my own. Okay, I wanted to talk about a couple of things actually. Holidays being one of them because obviously we're having this lovely, lovely weather. And so I've been looking at holiday. I don't know if any of you guys have been looking at holidays and debating on where you're gonna go and all of this type of stuff. But definitely this year, Mark and I would like to do, at least one trip. I'm planning on maybe two, but to be quite honest, at this point, I'll be happy with one. Do you know what I mean? We did think about a couple of staycations, but we've done a couple of staycations already. So we did before we did Brighton and we did London. So I would like to do something sort of abroad this year. And I know one of the places that we were thinking about is Paris. So Paris is one of those places that we might be thinking about. So, and you know what it is? It's just so easy on the Eurostar. So, like a lot of people are booking holidays and stuff like that these days. And but I just feel like the hassle of the planes and the cancellation of the planes and the delays and all of that type of stuff. So in my mind, I'm just thinking it just might be better to do a good few days in Paris, wait till everything dies down a little bit, and then think about flights to places. I'm just stepping on something. I'm wondering what it is. So yeah, so I'm thinking, um, yeah, I'm not sure, but something along that side of things. Do you know what I mean? What about anybody? What about anyone else? Is anybody thinking about holidays and where they're thinking about going on holiday or anything like that? Um, I would like to do. I'm not sure if I want to do any long. You know what? I would consider doing a long haul, but I'm thinking maybe we might save that for next year. If the opportunity arises and we do get a chance to do long haul, then yes, by all means, we will probably do a long haul. Oh, I just want to stop for a second because look, so these are number 5 of the ears. So when I've been sort of like ordering my Mickey ears and all of this, they are doing 12 attractions, and this is number 5. So I will go through another time of the previous ones that I've got, but I saw these and I just thought to keep up with my collection, these are the ones I'm going to get, and these are based on the Polynesian resort, I believe. So you can see they've got little bits here, and I quite like the pattern, but I don't like it as much as some of the other ears that I have from this series. It's the main attraction series. So I like them, but I feel like the other ones are better. Look, these are slightly a bit better. Hey, Charlie, how are you? So they're not as, yeah, they're not as pristine as I would like them, but they're quite nice. They're just not my favorite. Do you know, there are other ears that I have that are nicer. But I ordered 3 ears. One that I wore on Friday, which you would have seen, which was for the electrical parade, but that's not part of the main attraction. I just saw it. It's a Disneyland one, and I really liked it, so I bought it. Wow, you got 476 followers. Wow, wow, wow. Gotta say, you're climbing up there. And it's really nice to hear when people are, they're getting their followers and all of that. It's really nice when they're getting their subscribers. So yeah, so this, yeah, is part of the 12 main attractions, but I ordered another 2. One that, like I said, that I wore on Friday, but that was from Disneyland. And then the other one that I got was part of the Paris 30th, which I'll wear on Friday. So I'll wear it on the Friday live. So what did I do? I'll come back onto holidays in a minute. So what did I do at the weekend? Well, my cousin was having a christening for her son. And there was a thing. Where's Mark? He's not going to be on tonight. He is he's doing a bit of studying because it's his last bit of the whole exam ensemble. And so he's only got one more bit. So he's done the exam, he's done the project work, and he's got one more bit to do, and then he's done. He's finished. It's boom. So he'll be back on Friday. So we'll see him on Friday. But at the moment, he's just making me a bacon and sausage toasted sandwich and hopefully a cup of tea. But we'll see. Because do you know what? I was going to order Starbucks, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm not feeling Starbucks today. I think I don't know why I wasn't feeling it, because I'm always looking forward for Starbucks. So, but yeah, I weren't feeling it today. And I've just tried this new coffee, iced coffee thing, and it's called Quarter Past. And it's like you just you put ice in a glass, you pour it in about 10% of the glass, and then you pour your milk in and you mix it round. If you've got any caramel, then you can spread the caramel. I've got caramel, it's really delicious. They do a coffee version and they do a mocha version, and I got the mocha version. And oh wow, 401 videos. Wow, impressive, I've got to say. So yeah, so you fill up the glass about 10% with the Quarter Past. You fill it the rest up with milk and ice, and it's really good. It's delicious. It's not as good as a Starbucks, I've got to say. If you wanted to, you could crush the ice, make it a bit more slushy, but still not as good as a Starbucks, I'm afraid. But yeah, but it's all right. If you wanted something in a pinch or whatever, it's good. So yeah, so anyway, this weekend, so my cousin, like I said, my cousin was doing a christening for her son, and there was a theme. So the theme was white, camel, or nude. So we would all be dressed in light colors. And obviously, I say obviously, it was a nightmare trying to find, because of my weight and my size and stuff. It was very difficult to find something that I was happy with that was all white. I mean, I have white elements and stuff like that. Hey, Leash, how are you? So I had white elements and stuff, but to find something all white, and I was just like, oh my god, that I was happy with. And I sort of bought all these dresses, and I didn't like any of the dresses and all of that type of stuff. So I bought a lot of stuff and sent a lot of stuff back. But why is it when you buy something, the money comes straight out of your account straight away? But when you go to return something, it takes 100 years before do you know what I mean, comes back. Thank you. I didn't feel lovely, but thank you. I liked the sparkly top that I wore, actually, and I did like the leggings, but I wish that the sparkly top, the sequin top, was just a little bit longer. But I did like, and you looked lovely. I really liked it. I meant to say to you, I really liked that dress. And I really liked the way that it crossed over as well. So Leisha was wearing a white dress, and it was like that crinkle type. And I've got a dress with that material, but it's in black. Not the same dress. Mine is very different to Alicia's, but that was black, so obviously I couldn't wear that. Yeah, I changed my dress 3 times that day. Do you know what? By the end of it, by Saturday, I already knew what I was wearing, because I had this sequin top, and this sequin top I bought, and it was sitting at the bottom of the stairs. So basically what happened was I had returned a lot of stuff, and I kept the sequin top because I thought, even if I don't wear it for Sunday, I can wear it another time to something else. And so it was sitting at the bottom of the stairs for ages, and I just thought, you know what, this is what I'm going to wear. And I had already bought so I bought these leggings with a pattern down at the bottom where the ankle is, and I hadn't tried the outfit on together, so I didn't know if it was going to go together. And on Friday, me and Alicia were supposed to go and get our nails done, but the nail shop, when Alicia went past, they couldn't fit anyone in till 6, and it was 4 o'clock. And I was coming to do the live on Friday, so I knew I couldn't do it at 6 o'clock. So I was like, oh my god. So I decided to go on Saturday. So I called a few places. I called my regular nail shop, and they couldn't fit me in, because I wanted to get chrome nails. They couldn't fit me in. And then I called the one that me and Leisha were going to go to, which again is another local one, which I have been to a few times, but not to get chrome nails. And I said to them, "Oh, do you do chrome nails?" And they were like, yeah, we do it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I get down there, and normally there's like a little, whenever the women will know, whenever you go and get your nails done, they give you sort of like this nail thing with all these painted nails, and you can just choose your colors. Well, they didn't have one for chrome. So I said, do you do chrome? Because the guy said that you did chrome when I was on the phone. And he was like, oh, and then he started chatting to another guy. And then the other guy said yes. Well, they were speaking. I'm assuming he said yes because they were speaking in their language. And so I was hoping he was saying yes. So anyway, he brought these powders over, and he said, "Oh, choose one." And I'm just like, well, I can't see the colors of them, so I picked what I thought was gold. And I said maybe gold because I've had gold before, but at my other local nail salon. So anyway, so he started to do it, and so in the salon it looked okay. It wasn't the gold that I liked, but it looked okay, and I just thought, oh, do you know what? It's done now. And then so this is what they look like. So I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but when the sun comes out, they go like a monogram color. So it was just so weird. It was like a pearlized monogram color, and I was just like, oh my god, these are crazy. But nobody really liked them, which was a shame. My bestie, I was showing Evelyn, she goes, I don't like them. And I'm debating whether I do like them or not. They don't show up very well on the camera because they just sort of like look like a shiny white, but they're like a gold. And I don't mind that they're gold, but I don't know, they're not the gold that I want. They're not the shade that I wanted. But by that point, you know, it's already done and all of that. And I just thought, oh, well, okay. You know me, and dresses aren't friends. Do you know what? I don't mind wearing dresses as long as they look okay. And of course, with me, I have to be quite particular about what I wear and stuff like that. But I liked the sequin top and the trousers. And then when I got home, I changed into sort of like a linen shirt because it was hot that day. It was so hot. Everybody was fanning themselves. Everybody had their handheld fans out. I left my handheld fan at home. But everybody else had their handheld fans and everything else. And I was just like, oh my god. But it was really, really hot that day, really hot. It's because it's not your normal color code. Yeah, because normally my normal color, I'd get red normally, and then I'd get some type of pattern on the red, or sometimes I might get French tips, but I'll have them do the white bit in a pattern, and then I'll put a little diamante on. And part of me wanted to get like a white sort of pattern done with a diamante on it, and I almost did, but I just thought, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to leave it as is. But yeah, I almost did, yeah, white pattern on the tip with a diamante, but I didn't in the end. But I wouldn't go for this gold again unless I was color coordinating with something, and then I would go for the gold. But when he brought it out, all the powders were sealed, so they weren't even open. So I was the first one, and he also did it in a different way because he painted all my nails white, and then on top of the nails he did the powder, which in the other place they paint your nails a color first and then they put the powder on top. So you know, they might paint it like I don't know, like a gold color, and then put the powder on top of the gold color, and that's what changes the gold to or whatever other color. But he actually put white, and then on top of the white put the sparkly gold. So yeah, so the camera won't pick it up very well, but yeah, that's them there. But I'm not sure that I like them, but and I don't think anybody else liked them like for me does. I was like, ooh. But anyway, that's by the way. Which is the biggest McDonald's in England? Chesterfield is the biggest McDonald's. Do you know what? I don't really know because Mark and I, we don't really look at. I know that the biggest McDonald's in Florida. Oh, thank you.
Food. Hello, everybody. So I'm just stopping very briefly. Hello. There you are, madame. I'm studying at the moment, so apologies I can't join this live today, but I will join soon. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Alicia. Hello, everybody. I will see you on the next live on Friday.
There you go. And Mark's just made me a bacon. He's just disappeared now. And he remembered to bring me tissue. I bought a towel just in case he didn't remember to bring tissue. Because, you know, sometimes when you eat these things, I'm moving it just over so I can just pop the plate down there. Sometimes when you eat these things, they can be a little bit messy. So you always need tissue. I think anytime you eat with your hands, you always need sort of like tissue and all that. So, yeah. So, yeah, so just doing all that really. Yeah, they are a nice colour, but yeah, maybe you're right. It's just that it's not me. So that's maybe why I don't, you know, sort of like them that much, maybe. Hey, I have ideas for you in this video, hair colouring or crazy hair shapes. Do you know what? I don't really go mad for my hair. Yeah, I'm not really one to sort of do maybe like a red color, but I'm not one for doing like crazy hair shapes and things like that. But yeah, maybe one day, just not yet. Maybe one day, I don't know. Maybe I'll be adventurous. I think women aren't always adventurous with their hair, and yeah, and I think a lot of women don't like to cut their hair too short. There are women that do cut their hair short and things like that, but not all women do. I don't know. I think hair's one of those things, isn't it? Um, but yeah, so I think you're right, Leash. I like, maybe the color is nice, but maybe I'm just not used to it, and I'd maybe not on me. It's not a great color. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, talking about, so I wanted to talk about customer service. So my cousin, she was taking, Leisha will know anyway. My cousin was had booked, I think this was on Friday, had booked, it was either Thursday or Friday, had booked her gran for a birthday present to get a massage done in our local town. And anyway, 10 minutes beforehand, she rang them. She goes, "Oh, we're going to just be a couple of minutes late. But just to let you know." And then they said, "Oh, we were meant to call you today, and the masseur hasn't turned up." Right now, this is 10 minutes before the appointment. My cousin's calling to say she's going to be a couple minutes late, and they're saying to her, "Oh, we should have called you, but we didn't. I'm sorry, but the masseur hasn't turned up." So my cousin was like, "Okay, but you know that, like, what?" And this, and I suppose what my thing is about this, there was another craziness that happened, but I'll get onto that in a minute. There was a massage place that I used to go to quite regularly. Mark and I, we used to go for a couples massage, and lovely little place. And the what they kept asking for a deposit. Now, Mark and I have always turned up for our appointments. We've never cancelled like a last minute or anything like that. When we only cancelled once, and that was within the allotted 48 hours before, right? And we did it like 4 days before, 3 days before, so well within the time limit. And so, but there's been a couple of times where they've cancelled on us twice last minute. Now, on one particular time when I said to this, so the owner rang me because the lady that does the massage, she's super nice, and her name was, I think her name was Agatha. She was a really nice lady. Anyway, so the manager called me to cancel and all of this, and she goes, "Oh, just to let you know in future, we do require you leave a deposit because, you know, understandably, they've had people that have called and then cancelled at the last minute because obviously, and then they've lost business." And I said, "Well, I've never done that." She goes, "Well, you did cancel once." And I said, "Yes. And I cancelled in the allotted time. However, when you've cancelled at the last minute. And if I was to cancel, you would keep my deposit, right? But if you're to cancel, what do I get in return? I don't get 10% off my next massage, but yet you want to keep 10% of my money if I was to cancel at the last minute." And this is the thing. I feel that there should be a stipulation of, with all businesses now, if you have to pay 10%, and they keep your money because you cancel at the last minute, they should also give you 10% off your next thing because they cancelled at the last minute. But what? So where is the? Do you know what I mean? And so anyway, so when my cousin did, so she was like, well, why is that my problem? And then the woman turned around and said to her, well, why is that my problem? Can you imagine? Can you? I was just like, wow. Now, I don't know if the person my cousin spoke to was the manager, or she was like, but they had negative reviews on the website anyway. But my cousin, she's a bit like my brother in they like to put money back into the community and into independent businesses. They're very big on like putting money into independent businesses. So my cousin turned around and said, well, I guess all the negative reviews must be right then. And she said, well, clearly those customers aren't our, what was it she said, aren't our type of customers or something like that. And then said, well, clearly you're not she did turn around, and then clearly you're not the right customer for us. And I was gobsmacked, and I was gobsmacked that somebody who has an independent business would alienate somebody who would be potentially returning to business. Because if you receive good service somewhere, or if you receive a good product from somewhere or whatever, you will sort of say oh, I really recommend that place. So like I was looking for a good massage place. Now my cousin would have recommended, if she had got good service there, my cousin would have recommended, oh yeah, you go to this place, they're really good. But how can you turn around to somebody and say, oh well, clearly you're not the customer for us, when it's you that has made the thing? Because apparently they source mobile masseurs, right? And the masseurs are unhappy with the money. So the masseurs aren't getting paid enough money. So if you've had a clear indication prior, this was before my cousin even booked her appointment. So if you already know the problem, why are you offering these services? Why are you offering the services of a masseur if they're not happy with the payment? So what they're going to do is, they'll get a job somewhere else. So it gives a bad impression of your establishment, right? You're the independent business owner. And so I'm just thinking, like, clearly they do not care. They just, I would never go to a place like that. The cheek of it, they could have called, exactly. And on top of that, they didn't even call in good time to say, oh, sorry. And then it was a Groupon deal as well. So the lady said, well, I suggest you call Groupon and get your money back. You're damn right, I'll be calling Groupon. I don't even need you to tell me to call Groupon to get my money back, because that's what I will be doing, is calling Groupon and getting my money back. But I just thought it was just such poor management. She would have got cussed, exactly. I just thought it was just such poor management. And the woman turned around to her and said, anyway, it's too hot to argue. I'm going to go now. And then put the phone down. I was just like, sometimes when you hear that something is so outrageous, you just think, like, really? See, you do not care about your clientele. I would not even go and give the person my money, my hard-earned money, and you think I'm going to go and give it to you for you to talk to me that way? No, I'm sorry, you're mistaken. No, that's craziness. So yeah, so she went there and she was just like, well, clearly you're not the client for us. This was her grand's. It wasn't just some, do you know what I mean? It was a gift for her gran, right? A person who is of some years to go and get a massage for her birthday. The embarrassment, first of all, that my cousin felt. The cheek of it that the woman didn't even call to say, oh, sorry, the massage. We were meant to call you. All right, but why is that my problem now? So basically, you should be, at this point, as it's your fault twice over. You didn't call. The masseur didn't turn up. You didn't call. Now when my cousin's calling, you're telling her, oh, I was meant to call you. Right. So what are you going to offer as compensation? That would have been. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm really sorry. Is what can we offer you something else? Complimentary? Can we offer you, to have your now whatever services, other services where somebody was actually there? We can fit you in at this time. However, if you do want to have a massage done, I'm afraid you'll have to come at a later date. We can give you some money off your massage, off your treatment, or whatever. Or what we can do today is we can give you a complimentary treatment of, or equal to the value of, but yeah, you give something, or we can give you money off of. I know it's not what you wanted, and I'm so sorry. And first of all, the fact that you didn't call it and the masseur didn't call up, you should be giving something for free. You should, by that point, it's a mess up twice. You should be giving something for free. And if you know that this is a regular thing, that the masseurs don't turn up because you guys are too cheap to give them proper pay, then you need to think about taking yourself off of Groupon, because clearly you can't handle it. And secondly, getting rid of that service, because you're not paying well. You're not paying the masseur. And the masseur is not even turning up for you guys. So you might as well go about your business. I was just like, oh my God. What's my favorite chocolate bar? Ooh, do you know what? I love Cadbury's Creations. I'm not really a chocolate bar person. However, Mark was in I don't know how you pronounce it. Newhouse. It's a Belgian place anyway. It's spelled Neushaus. There's one in King's Cross. He was in King's Cross. I went to this place in Belgium when we were in Belgium, and the Belgian chocolates, and I've got to say they were delicious. Dare I say I like them more than Leonidas? I'm not sure, but those chocolates they were delicious. Absolute. I'm definitely going to go back and get there. Now they've closed a lot of Leonidas's. The only accessible one is when I go to Brighton, because there's one directly as I'm coming down from the train station. And then the other place, I think, might be Westminster. There might be one in Bow Lane in the city, maybe. But those are the only three that I can think of off the top of my head. To be fair, I wouldn't have wanted anything from then after that. Keep your dry service. The thing is, had they been polite and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't call you," and whatnot, I would have accepted something, because I can see that you forgot, because mistakes happen, accidents happen. So I'm happy with that. But from when you're talking to me like that, no. First of all, I wouldn't want a treatment. Yeah, when you're telling me you're not the right customer for us, that's great. That's crazy talk. That's wild. That's wild behavior. Wild behavior. I couldn't believe it when she was telling me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, that's madness. I've never been spoken to in that way. There's sometimes there's things that happen, and if I feel like something's happened, I feel like I don't want to go back to that place. Like at the Gordon Ramsay Street Pizza, when we got bypassed a few times, and it makes me not want to go back there. Do you know what I mean? I would rather go to another Gordon Ramsay Street Pizza. Now, don't get me wrong, the value for money for the Gordon Ramsay Street Pizza, £16 for all you can eat pizza, excellent. Excellent. Mark made me a cup of tea. So definitely think about going to Gordon Ramsay Street Pizza, £16. Bottomless pizza, excellent value for money, especially in London. To get something under £20 in London, woo, bottomless, woo, definitely go. It's not bottomless beverages, obviously. It's not a brunch or something like that, but it's just the pizza. The pizza's ultra thin. But yeah, but because I feel that they didn't, because at the beginning our server was really good. It wasn't our server that was the problem. We had a really, really great server, but there should have been somebody outside coordinating. Oh yeah, make sure you go to this table, make sure you go to that table, make sure you go to this table, about 7 tables outside. So there should have been somebody coordinating 7 tables. Catch up later, Kel. My neck's killing me. Yeah, I need to go lay down. Yeah, go lay down, hon. Go lay down. But yeah, I think that there should have been outside coordinating. There should be somebody inside coordinating, so that the same people aren't getting like lots of pizza while others aren't getting as much pizza. Does that make sense? So there should have been somebody outside coordinating, saying, right, okay, you need to go to this table, this table, this table, this table. Bypass that table because they've had loads already. Go to this table, this table. Then when you come back, yeah, all right, go to that table and then come back to this table and all of this. And it would have been a much better service. But once I feel like I'm not getting the service that should be happening, then it creates a problem, and I feel like I don't really want to go back. It creates a thing of I don't want to go back to that place. But we went somewhere. Where did we go? Like I'm one for tipping, right? I don't mind leaving a tip. I'll leave a tip wherever I go and all of this. But if I don't receive a service, and I'm talking about just basic normal service, right? You're bringing something to the table, you bring your drinks, you bring the knife and fork, you bring sauces if people need it. You come back and check on them and say, how is everything going? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. If you need me, I'll just be over there. Just give me a shout, whatever. Because sometimes you don't want to keep coming up to the table to bother people. So that to me is basic service. Basic service is, taking your order, being polite, bringing things to the table, drinks and sauces and stuff like that. And that's it. So that to me is basic. When you're telling me, oh yeah, just sit where you want, as in if it's a casual place, but if you've put, please wait to be seated, and then I go in and then you're just saying, oh yeah, just it doesn't matter, just go sit where you want, casual, fine. And then you're taking our order, and then you bring the food, and then I say, oh, can I have like whatever sauces? And oh yeah, it's just over there. Go, yeah, you just get it yourself. We don't like bring it over your table. All right, strike 2, because I'm thinking, do you know what? It's not. I'm like, okay, so that's strike 2. Then when you tell me, oh, you don't even come to check on us to see if we need anything or we want anything or whatever, I have to then go and get, you don't even say to me, oh, I'll just be over there if you need me or whatever. I have to come and find you to say, oh yeah, we'd like more drinks or whatever. Then you bring the drinks. And then when I say, oh, we'd like to pay the bill separately, what was it I said? Oh yeah, we'd like to pay the bill. I just said, oh, can I have the bill so that we can go and work it out? She goes, well, I can't do that, but here's the menu. You guys go and work out. So she gave me the menu, and I'm just like, now that's strike 3. Let alone the other strike where I had to go and find them. So I just thought, okay, well, a tip is not in order for service like that. Tip is not in order. So yeah, so it's just like little things like that. But I think that customer service is a real big thing. And if you want returning customers, if you want good reviews, but not only that, if you're not into it, or you don't like it, or you don't, then it's time for you maybe to sort of try and get a new job. Because if you don't like it, if you can dislike your job and still provide good service. Do you know what I mean? Like with me, I can compartmentalize. So if I am upset with a colleague, or we've not gotten on or whatever, I do not then go and push that onto the guest. Even if I'm in a bad mood from home or whatever, I don't bring that to work. Or if I'm in a bad mood from work, I don't bring that home. I leave that there, or I leave that here. So I'm quite good at that sort of thing. The only time I'm not really good at it, and even then I don't bring it onto the clients or the customers. My colleagues might know, but I don't carry that with me in my work. Is if I've gotten a call from home and somebody's upset me or whatever, I don't then, I might talk to my colleagues about it. They might know that I'm upset, but a client or a guest or whatever will never know that I'm upset, because you don't bring that. That's nothing to do with that. You can't bring that to work with you. So I just feel that if you're not happy within your whatever it is, your service or whatever, don't bring it you know, go somewhere, like go to a job that you know you can't. Not everybody loves their job, unfortunately, in life. It'd be absolutely brilliant if we could all get. Can you imagine getting a job? You get up every day, you're happy, and all of this. Oh, I'd absolutely love it. I'd love that. Because there are far too many people that just landed in their jobs and whatnot. But if you are going to do a job, do it to the best of your ability at least. Do you know what I mean? Just do the best that you can and make, especially in customer service, make the effort. My goodness, make the effort. So yeah, so it was just a little thing that happened on the weekend, and I was just like, oh my god, I couldn't believe how she was spoken to. I don't know how I would have reacted, I've got to be honest. But yeah, it was crazy. And then on the Sunday we had the christening, and it was so nice. It was such a lovely, it was a lovely get together. It was lovely to see the family. You could tell where whatever it was because everyone was dressed in white or nude or camel, and so you knew, oh yeah, oh, this is the place that I'm meant to be, and all of that type of stuff. And so he turns up, you know, I sat with my family and all of that, and you know, I spoke to other people's families and all of that, because sometimes, although in this one I didn't speak to as many people as I should have, really, I sort of just stuck to my table, because normally I will get up and I'll go and chat to people and all of that type of stuff. But I didn't do that this time. I just pretty much sat on my own table, not on my own table, but my own table with my family. So yeah, but I've got to say it was a lovely party. She did really, really well. She had all these little touches and things like that. Yeah, she did a really, really good job. So yay. And so yeah, so that was my weekend. So it was all filled with getting ready, sort of like trying to find outfits, getting the nails done, and all of that type of stuff. So back to holidays. Okay, so I haven't even eaten my sandwich yet. It's gonna get cold. Okay, so holidays. What do I want to do and where do I want to go? What does Mark want to do? Where does he want to go? We're actually, when it comes to holidays, Mark and I are pretty much in sync actually. So he doesn't really like say, oh yeah, do you know what, I really want to go here, like on the odd occasion he might say, oh, do you know what, like one year we were in Lanzarote, and we were due to go to Mauritius in the same year. I think this must have been in 2015 actually. And when we were in Lanzarote, he goes, oh yeah, I want to come back to Lanzarote. And I was like, what? But we were going to Mauritius in December. I said, you want to come back to Lanzarote before we go to Mauritius? And he's like, yeah, all right then. I was like, all right then. So sometimes he'll say, oh, do you know what? I want to do this again this year. I want to do that again this year. And then I'll say, all right, then, you know, this is what we'll do. And this is how then I try to make it work. So we were talking about where we want to go this year. So I'm thinking I would like to go to France. And I would like to go to children. Yeah, please take what is it you're trying to say? Is it you want like child friendly holidays? I can give you, oh god, yeah, I can give you some real good child friendly or family orientated holidays. Lanzarote. Lanzarote is a really, really good family orientated holiday. They and I can tell it. Do you know what it is with Lanzarote? It's small. Because you've got, well, I say small, Porto del Carmen. A lot of people like to go to Playa Blanca. A lot of families tend to like Playa Blanca. Yes, maybe I should suggest Playa Blanca more than Porto del Carmen. Playa Blanca is like a seaside town almost. And so it's really good for children. It's very family orientated. It's more, yeah. Whereas with Porto del Carmen, you have a bit of everything. So you have a bit of nightlife. You have a bit of but what I love about Lanzarote is I knew that I could take my mum, because it's for all ages. So I knew I could take my mum, and I knew there'd be people there her age. I knew she'd have fun. I knew it was from the hotel that we normally stay at, which is Vic San Antonio. She could just walk by herself down the strip. She'll know her way back. She'll go to the shops and whatever. So she's not tied to, because sometimes Mark and I and my bestie Eve we like to stay by the pool. So I feel that, you know, she's not tied to that. Then she can actually go and enjoy, you know, doing things that she wants to do rather than being tied to, because like sometimes we're so knackered, we just want to be by the pool all day. And so that's what we're doing, and it's so hot, and that's what we've come for, because obviously we work and all of this, and then it's just nice to go and laze by the pool when you're on holiday. And my mum, she's not really one for, she'll laze by the pool, she will, but she doesn't like to do that all day, and she doesn't want to do that every day. So and what's good is that there are excursions that she can just take, and you know, go and sort of like do these little excursions, go and walk down the strip and all of that. So I feel like Lanzarote is a real good all-rounder, and lots of people bring their kids, because especially at Vic San Antonio, you have the children pools, and then you have the children's club and all of that type of stuff. So if you are looking for something family orientated, I can definitely recommend Vic San Antonio Hotel. There is another really good hotel which is further down the strip. Well, it's at the bottom end of the strip. Excuse me, which is called Las Farallones. And at Las Farallones, again is a family orientated hotel. And they also have a kids club and all of that. They've got a little shop attached to them. There's a shop attached to Vic San Antonio as well. I think there's 2 or 3. There's also a hair salon. And yeah, so I feel like Lanzarote is a real good all-rounder. But I think that Playa Blanca is more family orientated than Porto del Carmen. But to be fair, you're not gonna go far wrong choosing either or. But I just think that because Playa Blanca to me was more like a seaside town rather than Porto del Carmen. Definitely another place that I could suggest is Cap Salou. So it's an hour away from Barcelona. So in Spain, it's about an hour away from Barcelona. But what they have in Salou is they have the PortAventura, which is a theme park, which is brilliant. So you can buy like a couple of passes for like 3 or 4 days, take the kids, go and have like an excellent time in the parks. They've got 2 theme parks, PortAventura and Ferrari-Land. Now I haven't been to Ferrari-Land, but they've also got a water park as well. So you can go and do the water park, the PortAventura, which is like a theme park, almost like a Universal Studios, really. So you can go and do that, and you can go and check out Ferrari-Land. I haven't checked out Ferrari-Land, but the water park is pretty good, and PortAventura is pretty good. So much so, I would really like to go back, and I've been talking about it with my bestie and Mark about, because Mark's never been before, but me and Evelyn have been before. So I think that is also on the cards at some point. So those are the 2. There are other ones that I can suggest. Obviously, Florida. It just depends on what your budget is. Sorry, I feel like I've got something in my eye. And so yeah, again, it just depends on what your budget is. But I've got to say that I love going to theme parks. And I like to have something to do. I like a bit of a mixture. So I like going to theme parks. I like going for food. I like going to relax by the pool. You know, I like going wandering in and out of shops, like shopping and things like that. So I like a holiday. I like holidays that have good all-rounders. When we go to Lanzarote, it's basically just food and the beach, really. Food and pool. There are some shops and stuff there, but I like something that has a good all-rounder. So yeah, things like going to Orlando, Florida, like to the Disney parks and stuff like that. Things like Cap Salou, if you want to be a bit closer, if you want to go to Europe, then Cap Salou in Spain is really good. And then if you want to do a day trip, you can do a day trip to Barcelona. So that's really good. However, the train service is not that great. It takes about 2 hours. It's about an hour by car, but when you take the train, it's about 2 hours. Still doable. You can hop on a train, go to Barcelona, spend the day or 2 days in Barcelona and catch the train back again to be by the beach. And that there is a beach in Barcelona as well. So yeah, either or. But the theme park is in Salou, and they also have along the promenade these fountains, and there's music and there's laser lights. You go and sit down, you go and enjoy the laser lights and all of that. It's really nice. So yeah, so I'm thinking about going to do that. And then of course Euro Disney or Disneyland Paris, they don't call it Euro Disney anymore. And there's 2 parks there. There is Hollywood Studios and there's Magic Kingdom. So again, 2 parks, great to go. And the Eurostar from King's Cross is so quick. Do you know what I mean? If you get a direct, it's about an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. But if you're going to Paris, it's an hour. Again, is it 2 hours? I think it's an hour and a half or something, an hour and a half to get to Paris. So imagine, like, you can just go to, I just feel like it's amazing to be able to get on a train and be in another country. I just feel that's just crazy. So yeah, so it's really, really good. So those are my recommendations. Lanzarote, just for, you know, good old family fun, pool and beach, if that's what you're about. If you want to go Porto del Carmen, you've got like shopping, you've got shops and stuff there as well. If you want to go to Playa Blanca, it's more family, it's more like a seaside town. So that's Lanzarote. Euro Disney, you can get a train straight there for about £129 one way. So roughly £260, you know, return. And then where was the other place that I said? Florida, obviously. Orlando, Florida. That's going to cost a little bit more, but so worth it. So worth it. And then where was the other place that I said? So you got Paris. And Salou. So Barcelona, pretty much. And so yeah, those are my top 4 recommendations. If you want to do something that's slightly different, that's a bit more involved, those are the 4 places: Paris, Spain, Lanzarote, and Orlando, Florida. So you can choose according to your budget. Check out EasyJet. Now, the thing is, with flights at the moment, a lot of them are being delayed, or you can't go anywhere because there's cancellations and all of this type of stuff. So just be mindful when you're booking your flight. I would say at the moment, to go somewhere like Lanzarote, you would be best off booking separately rather than a package. So booking your flights and booking your hotel. I don't know where a lot of companies stand when you book as a package and there's cancellations and stuff like that. So please always check your terms and conditions. Whenever you're booking, your travel agency or your flights or whatever should be always ABTA and ATOL protected. There's certain types of insurances, so if they go bust and all of this type of stuff. But also take out your own holiday insurance. You can take out an annual insurance, or you can take out insurance per trip. It depends on how many trips you're going to do in a year. It's probably better to do an annual. Mark and I, we used to travel quite a lot pre-pandemic, so we always took annual insurance. So my suggestion, if you're only going to go like once a year, then it probably would be, you know, just to do for that trip. Per trip, if you're only going to go once a year. But if you're going to go several times in a year, then your annual insurance, annual holiday insurance is the better one. Now, what I didn't know as well is that there is a so when we were part of Europe, you used to get this medical card, this European medical card, which entitled you to get almost like was almost like a medical insurance card, and you would show this card. But obviously now we can. It was called the E11 form, but now that we've come out of the EU, we don't get that anymore. But there was one that I think you had to apply by a certain time, and you got a 5-year one. Luckily, Mark and I, we've got the 5-year one now, and my mum's also got the 5-year one, but we had to apply by a certain time. And I think that time has lapsed. You could look into it and see if you can get the card. I don't have the card with me. I'm just trying to think where the card is actually. I know I would have put it in a purse somewhere. But yeah, that's the card that you need. But like I said, if you just take out your normal insurance, holiday insurance, make sure you check conditions and things like that, because obviously COVID is still around, whether it be different strains or the original strain or whatever, it's still around. So you really do, I highly, highly recommend you take insurance out. Do you know what I mean? You never know what might happen. So definitely get your insurance. And like I said, if you're going to somewhere like Lanzarote, I think it's best that you get your flight and your hotel separately. You can look around for deals, for check. I mean, EasyJet is good for flights. It's not. It's not. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, it's really cheap and all that." It's not that cheap. I feel EasyJet. It's not. It's not that cheap. You have to get it on a really good day, because by the time, I mean, if you're only going to go with hand luggage, then yes, it can be cheaper. But if you know, and what's good is that they have a fare calendar, so you can choose and have a look when it's cheaper to go. So you can look at it that way, and then marry it up with the dates of whatever your particular hotel that you want to stay at. The hotel that I would recommend to stay at is Vic San Antonio, which is at the top end of the strip. If you don't mind walking, Mark and I stayed at one a good few years ago called THB Flora. Now that's at the top of a hill, right? It's a steep hill, but it was a good, clean hotel. There wasn't, but it wasn't that expensive. It was inexpensive. But you do have to walk. There is a bus though. There is a bus there. And by the time you pay for 2 fares on the bus, you might as well take a taxi. At that time, you might as well have taken a taxi. I don't know how it is now, because we now always stay at the Vic San Antonio. I feel it's very reasonable. They just had a refurbishment. They were in the midst of refurbishment pre-pandemic. So I assume now they've now finished all the rooms are all now refurbished. So yeah, so the rooms are looking all right. They were all okay anyway, but the rooms are better now. The other hotel that I can suggest, the thing about Vic San Antonio, they have entertainment every night. So if you're looking for entertainment, Vic San Antonio is great for entertainment every night. It's not the greatest, it's, that cheesy, type of entertainment that's really good. I mean, that's really good as in it's really good they put on entertainment every night. But the other place that I can suggest, which looks really good, is the hotel next door called Las Costas. And so both of those hotels are beachfront hotels. And Las Costas, the room's really nice. It's big. You've got a sofa, you've got a bed, you've got your own little patio. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a very nice hotel. And when I was there before, I didn't stay there, but when we passed there before, because we went to have a look around the hotel and stuff to see if we wanted to stay there. And one year I did want to stay there, and Mark wasn't going to come with us. So I had booked for my parents. I had booked for my mum and my cousin and my mum's sisters and partner. And me and Evelyn were going to share a room. And then Mark said at the last minute, oh, yeah, actually, I do want to come. And then they didn't have a spare room. So I then had to change me, Evelyn and Mark. And we stayed at Vic San Antonio while my mum and her sisters with their relative partners and my cousin stayed at Las Costas. And but my mum, she didn't like Las Costas, not because she didn't like the hotel, because the hotel was really nice, but they didn't have entertainment every night. And my mum really likes to go and enjoy the entertainment. She likes something to, and then what she likes, she's only got to go upstairs to her room. So my mum, so if you're that type of person where you don't really want to go out for the entertainment, you rather just go in the hotel, watch it, and then go up to your room, Vic San Antonio is for you. If you don't mind going out and going here, there, and everywhere, Las Costas the room is really nice. You get a sofa, you get your fridge. It's a big room. It's just so much. It's more space and it's more open. And I really liked Las Costas, and I really regret that we didn't get to stay there. But you never know. When we decide to go back, we might get to stay at Las Costas. I'm always weighing up what is the most economical. I'm always looking for the most economical and value for money. So while I don't want to go and stay at the cheapest hotel, I don't mind staying at a cheap hotel if it's clean and all of that type of stuff. But I don't want to not pay that much money and the hotel's grotty and all of that. So I'm always looking for, ones with good reviews, cleanliness and all of that. There was a place that we went to stay, and it was only a 2-star hotel, and that was the Salisbury Hotel in New York. And although it was a 2-star, it was a really nice hotel. It was, it was a big room and all of that. So I highly recommend the Salisbury. We had a free upgrade when Mark and I went, so it was like it was upgraded to a suite. So we had a living room and we had a bedroom, very reminiscent of the Homewood Suites, the Salisbury. But if you just have a normal bedroom, then yeah, it's just a room. But yeah, sometimes that you can get upgraded to like a living room and a bedroom, and that was really nice. And the location was really good. You could walk everywhere. You could walk down to Rockefeller Center, you could walk down to Empire State Building and all of that. Was it not Empire State? Yeah, you can walk to the Empire State Building, but that's not what I'm talking about. Down to the middle of Manhattan, Times Square. So you could walk to Times Square, you could walk to Rockefeller Center and all of that type of stuff. So it was really walkable, and we were also right by Fifth Avenue, and we were also by the park. So I mean, it was a really great location. So I highly recommend the Salisbury in New York, but they have put up their prices now. From when Mark and I went. So, but yeah, they were really good hotel. And what I'm just trying to think. But yeah, like I said, it was only a 2-star. It wasn't a 5-star or anything. It was just a nice 2-star hotel in New York. Really nice. Where is the other place that I can recommend? So yeah, THB Flora, I think, is a 3-star hotel, and that's in Porta del Carmen. But like I said, it's on a steep. So if you don't mind walking, and when I say a steep hill, I mean it's really steep. It's not, but when you're walking down, you have the best sea view. It's so pretty, really, really pretty. But walking down it is not so bad. Walking up it is the problem. And I remember on day 4, I said to Mark, I'm not walking this hill anymore. That's it. That's me done. I'm not walking up this hill anymore. And we didn't. We just took cabs back. I didn't mind walking down it, but I wasn't walking up it anymore. But it was really good. And I really, THB Flora again was a clean hotel. It was nice. Not bad for a 3-star. So if you want to go a bit cheaper, check out your EasyJet flights, and then check out THB Flora. Check out the reviews because it might have changed. But when Mark and I stayed there, it was a pretty nice hotel. It was all right. But I can highly recommend Las Costas, Vic San Antonio, and a friend of mine, when she, well, not a friend, sorry, a work colleague of mine, she was looking for a cheap holiday, and I was talking to her about Lanzarote, and I said Las Farallones has got really good reviews. Now you've got the Farallones apartment, and then you've got Las Farallones on the beachfront, and it's the beachfront hotel that you want, not the apartments. And the one, because I think it might be called Apartment Farallones or Hotel Farallones, which is the apartments, and that's not near the beach, or it is near the beach, but not beachfront. And Las Farallones hotel is beachfront. It's meant to be a really nice hotel, and she said it was lovely. And the way that the hotel was situated, it was almost like a private beach. She absolutely loved it. And I know that Mark, who comes on here sometimes, he also likes to stay at Farallones Hotel, and he said it's lovely. So I can, on their recommendations, because they've stayed there, I can then recommend those hotels. Excuse me. So I can recommend those hotels, and from the way that, because I went to visit my mum and her sisters when they stayed at Las Costas, and the rooms there were so nice, such nice hotel. And then obviously my room, Vic San Antonio, the rooms are nice and all of that, but they're very basic. You don't get a fridge, or you do get a fridge, but I think you might have to rent it or something like that, because we never used the fridge, because there was a lock on it. So now that they've refurbished the room, I'm not sure if now you can use it. But yeah, we couldn't. We've never been able to use the fridge at Vic San Antonio. But the room is basic. You know, you have your bed, you have your bathroom, you have your balcony, and you're not going to spend a lot of time in the room anyway. But I'm not going to lie, I do like a nice room, because if I'm waiting for Mark, or if one day I don't want to go out and I just want to stay in the room or whatever, because, you know, I just want to chill in the room, I like a nice room. I don't want to be stuck in a dreary room. I don't want to be stuck in a room where I think, oh, I have to go out because I'm not enjoying myself in the room, kind of thing. So although I think, yes, you're right, you're not going to be in the room, do you know what I mean, for long periods of time. There may be a time where you might want to have breakfast in your room, or you might want to go to bed early, or you might not want to go out for the day or whatever. So you will be spending time in the room. So I'm a big believer in having at least a relatively nice room. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I think, yeah, that's it really. I'm gonna go now, because I'm gonna eat this toasted bacon sandwich. And while I could have eaten it talking to you guys, because I could have eaten it, I'm just thinking, do you know what? I do what, as I'm just chatting. I thought to myself, do you know what? I can smell. It's gone cold now, but at least I might warm it up or something and just quickly eat that. But I hope I have given enough information. If you want to know anything else, just drop me a line. You'll see our email on the about page. So if you go to the about page at the bottom, there's an email address and you can contact us. And if you want any more information on holidays or suggestions or anything like that, I can help you. Anyway, it's time for me to go. I hope you enjoyed this little live. I know I did. And I am in the middle of editing some videos, so don't worry, there will be some videos. And I am due to go out this week. We are meant to go to the beach. However, we in London there is a tube strike which started tonight at 4 o'clock, and there's a tube strike on tomorrow, and apparently there's another one that's just been announced, and there's also a train. Sorry, I'm saying tube strike, train strike. So there's a train strike today that started at 4 o'clock. Train strike tomorrow. There's a train strike on Saturday, and there is another one that's just been announced. So we'll see. I was planning to go out today, and then Mark goes, "Oh, you know, you've got to be back by 4." And then I was feeling kind of lazy, so I didn't end up going. There is a place that I may go to tomorrow, and I don't need a train to get there. So, but I'll see. I'll see. Anyway, I hope you had fun. Take care. Remember, you're never too old to have fun. Be safe, and we'll see you on Friday. All right, take care. Bye for now.